present a presentation titled Development of Severe Wind Damage Database in the Philippines. My advisors are Assistant Professor Joshua Agar and Dr. Sahar. So as part of assessing disaster risk, there's a need to quantify building vulnerability among natural hazards, particularly on severe winds brought by typhoons. With that, there is a need for a severe wind damage database. The study is aimed at the creation of database of empirical severe wind damage data with dislocation and building classification with an attributed damage ratio and respective maximum gradient wind speed, which will be obtained through hindcasting. Those attributes will be included in the database that can be used for vulnerability assessments, and this organized information of data can also be used as training data to train future machine learning models that will assess the damage to structures based on the experts' judgments. In this study, data will be primarily from published articles, field reports, and geotag photos. This study is also not limited by the number of data and the time. However, I will be focusing more on low-rise buildings only, and this study will mainly consider the hindcasting of gradient wind speeds at first. With the said limitations, I go on to conducting my study, which starts with a collection of empirical data of damaged buildings in the form of photos from field survey reports, published articles such as news articles, and geotag photos. The location of the structure was also extracted from it. Presented is a map of the plotted locations of the data points. Data points are concentrated in the eastern area here, which often experience the drastic effects of the typhoons. Moving forward, the data collected was then cleaned. Photos that are blurry enough or contains insufficient information regarding its location are removed. Buildings are then classified using the GMMA building classification system. To obtain the building damage ratio, a component-based approach was employed. Here, a damage assessment through the form of expert survey was conducted. Here's a sample question from the survey question. Experts that were tapped are structural engineers and/or has experience in post-disaster field surveys. Shown in the table are some details about these experts. Moreover, the years of experience and their level of confidence was also taken into account. Ultimately, their years of experience was used as in assigning the weights. For the wind speed hindcasting, service data from automated weather stations are obtained. These stations are shown in this map, the one in green dots. This data is then used to model the typhoon wind field using the Holland model. Then these parameters are used to compute the localized gradient wind speed using the distance between the typhoon from the storm track and the location of the structure. We can obtain the gradient wind speed. We are able to compute the gradient wind speeds of the building for each point at the storm track. Then the maximum gradient wind speed is obtained. Ultimately, the building damage ratio and the maximum gradient wind speed are added to the database as information for a data point. Presented is a table of the count of data points for each typhoon. 450 data points was collected, yet 200 of them as the exact location. Wind hindcasting was still possible and conducted for data points with unexact locations. However, what was done is to hindcast at 4 different locations in the area, specifically sa towns or barangay, and obtain the maximum. Overall, here's a distribution of GMMA typologies of collected damage data. The data is predominantly composed of concrete hollow block structures with lightweight roof framing. To present the relation between the computed maximum gradient wind speed and the building damage ratio, heuristic vulnerability curves for the two most predominant building typologies, which are CHBW and CHBS, were produced, relating the damage ratio in the splitted curve. However, these curves are subject for further updates. Here shows a comparison of the vulnerability curves from Project Work and GMMA. As conclusions in the research, we go back to my specific objectives for this research. For objectives 1 and 3, created was a database of structures damaged by severe winds. Moreover, an expert survey for damage assessment was conducted in order to quantify the damage on these buildings. Lastly, the maximum gradient wind speed served as the hazard parameter, which was obtained through wind speed hindcasting. This database could be improved by adding more points located at different parts of the country and data points for other building typologies. Moreover, the gradient wind speeds could be converted into 3-second gust wind speed using gust factors. By converting them, the curves might reconcile with that of project swerves and GMMA wraps. The data here is also recommended to be used as a training data for a machine learning model that will assess the damage of a structure through its visual features. Lastly, this could be improved by finding more information and obtaining more leads on the exact location of the other data points. And with that, this concludes my presentation.